Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Oh, you. Oh, who could that be?
Trojan Man!
Excuse me, madam, but I am needed upstairs.
Steve!
Trojan Man!
Welcome everybody to the 6th season premiere of Up from the Underground. I am so excited to get this year started because I am just so excited to get back to making videos and get back to going to the theaters to seeing all of the movies that I am so excited to see, and I'm sure that you all feel the same way if you are movie buffs like me. And of course, let's not forget the fact that television, music, video games, and even now books will somehow find their ways into this show as well. But if you are new to my channel, first of all, welcome, and I appreciate the fact that you're watching today. My show, Up From the Underground, works in a certain way. We always begin the year with the 30 anticipated films for myself. I like to see at least a month's worth of movies in a given year. Last year was a fluke. I got to see almost 50, but I don't think I'm going to be able to see that many this year because of everything that is going on. But one of the few things that I will say is that the odds have definitely played into my favor because of the fact that this year it seems to be all about the quality and less about the quantity. And I've also realized exactly how I rate films. I don't necessarily rate books and television shows and music the same way that I do movies, which is a scale of 1 to 4 stars, pretty much like the critics. And the reason why is because when it comes to certain music or certain books or certain TV shows, they don't always click with everybody. They're just not universally accepted as films are. So that is why I feel that when it comes to a rating system, it's really the movies that deserve the rating system, just because the average person, whether you like action, whether you like comedy, whether you like science fiction, whether you like animation, you're usually going to end up seeing a movie like that, even if it's not entirely your cup of tea, whether you're going with family or friends. I feel that when it comes to rating movies, it goes based on 3 things. First of all, it's the overall theatrical experience. How do you feel when you are in that theater? Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy everything that you saw? Did you hate anything that you saw? That's a major reason why people go to the movies. And that is also something that's pretty much going to be based on the first 3 stars of my 4. But that last star is going to be based on 2 other factors. Purchasability. Meaning, will I be owning this movie? Is this a movie that I feel is worthy of the almighty collection? And rewatchability. Is this a movie that I can see myself watching 500 times at least? So that is how I rate my movies. Music, television, books, and everything else in between is not always universally accepted, so I just decide to say, you know, if you like it, go get it, go watch it, go listen to it. If you don't, don't. But let's talk about those 30 films that I want to see in 2016, and this also means you will be seeing my very first 10 for 12 of 2016. And if you don't know what 10 for 12 is, there's a playlist provided in the box below. But out of these 30 films, there are 10 that I want to see above all the others. They're not going to be given to you guys in particular order, they're going to be given to you in the order of their theatrical release dates. So, let's let Up From the Underground begin. And after that, throughout the year, we are going to see what is the best of the best. And the season finale will give you guys the best film, music single, music album, and television show of the past season. The first 2 films that I want to see are actually 2 films that I've already seen, and there will be reviews that are going to be showing up later on this week. The first one came out at the very end of 2015, December, Christmas Day, as a matter of fact, and that was the new Quentin Tarantino film, The Hateful Eight. But number 2 was the first of the 10 films that I really wanted to see this year, and that is The Revenant. That is directed by Alejandro Iñárritu. It has already gotten monster Oscar buzz. I'm not going to give you guys my exact thoughts on this film because the review will be showing up very, very soon, but it was one of my most anticipated considering the fact that I discovered him thanks to Birdman, and now The Revenant is the talk of the town, and you will see in my review if I agree or disagree. Number 3 is my second more anticipated film, and it is the new film from the Coen brothers. It is Hail Caesar. I have seen the trailers, and I have not really been so high on the Coen brothers for the past couple of years. The Big Lebowski is one of my all-time favorite comedies. It is a brilliant film. It is a movie that changed my life. But movies that came after that, like No Country for Old Men, Burn After Reading, Oh Brother Where Art Thou is fun, but it's not what The Big Lebowski was. So there hasn't really been a Coen brothers movie that was directed by them that I have truly loved like The Big Lebowski. But Hail Caesar looks like it can be that movie. And the cast that includes Josh Brolin, Scarlett Johansson, and Channing Tatum, and Tilda Swinton, so many great actors and actresses, I think it may in fact be their redeeming film. Number 4 is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I really don't know what else to say about that movie. It just looks like a really great concept. Number 5, if I were to truly rank everything from 10 to 1 as my 10 most anticipated out of my 30, this movie would be number 1. And it is the third in this list, and it is the new Fox Marvel film Deadpool. Forget Captain America Civil War, forget Batman v Superman, forget Doctor Strange. This movie, starring Ryan Reynolds and Morena Baccarin, looks so awesome. And it looks like it is a true tribute to the comic book character Deadpool, breaking the fourth wall, the rudeness, the outrageous comedy, even lots of additional Marvel X-Men references. I really feel that this is going to be one of the most talked about comic book films of all time. And if it gets botched, I really will officially give up on Hollywood. Number 6 is The Race. I always like myself a good sports movie, and I've been saying to so many people that a movie about Jesse Owens, the famous African-American runner in the 1936 Berlin Olympic Games that literally spit in Hitler's face. I saw the trailer. It doesn't look like an Oscar-worthy film. I think it's going to be a very, very entertaining film. Number 7 is my number 4 in my top 10, and I love a good Disney film, and I think that the new classic, number 55, Zootopia, starring the voices of Jason Bateman, Jennifer Goodwin, and Idris Elba, is going to be the biggest surprise in the world of animation this year. I know that we've got another Disney classic with a brand new Disney princess coming later on, Moana, but I've seen these trailers. It looks so smart and so funny. The trailers are fantastic, and just seeing Jason Bateman as a Disney character is something that I've wanted to see for quite some time, and I think this movie is going to be the best animated film of 2016. Number 8 is my number 5 in my top 10, and it is no surprise. It is the Zack Snyder-directed Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Man of Steel was the Superman film that I've always wanted to see, and this movie looks awesome. I have said that Ben Affleck was going to work as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. In Snyder, we trust, people. I don't care what everyone has said about the trailers, but I am very excited to see these gargantuan legends of comic book lore clash together for the very first time in a movie, and more importantly, finally watch the DC Cinematic Universe unfold, hopefully, properly. Number 9 is the Jon Favreau-directed Jungle Book. Cinderella really surprised me this past year, and I seriously think that the Jungle Book is going to be a fun and exciting Disney film. Number 10 is Eddie the Eagle, which is another Olympics story. It was originally supposed to star Rupert Grint from the Harry Potter films, but now it's starring Taron Egerton from Kingsman: The Secret Service, one of the biggest surprises of last year. And it is the story of Great Britain's first Winter Olympics ski jumper. So I'm really excited to see that one as well. It takes place during the 1988 Olympic Games in Calgary, the same year that another very popular Olympics-themed film was all about, and that was Cool Runnings, about the first Jamaican bobsled team starring John Candy. Number 11 is also one movie that I'm very interested in because of the fact that it involves a video game. There are 3 video game movies that are coming out this year, and I seriously feel that after the longest time of disappointment, we may be finally getting great, or at least tolerable and entertaining video game-themed films. Ratchet & Clank, of course, is based on a video game, and it's going to be a CGI film. I think it's going to be tons of fun because the trailer looks amazing and the story looks like it's out of this world. So all of you fans of that game, I'm sure and hoping that you are excited for that film. Number 12, of course, is Captain America Civil War. The trailers look great, but I am not going to put this one in my top 10 because I know that I'm going to enjoy this movie. But the other thing is, a lot of people have been saying that the Marvel films in Phase 2 were not as great as Phase 1. Not even the Avengers Age of Ultron was a fantastic film. It was fun, but it wasn't great. So I'm hoping that Phase 3 is going to pick the Marvel Cinematic Universe back up and prepare us for the brand new chain of films that will lead to the two-part Avengers Infinity War. Number 13 is Snowden, the new Oliver Stone-directed film with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't really have high hopes for this film because Oliver Stone has not impressed me for a while. Since Platoon and Wall Street, I really haven't seen a fantastic film that was directed by Oliver Stone. So I'm really hoping that this one does pick his game back up as well. 14 is Everybody Wants Some, which is the unofficial sequel to Dazed and Confused, directed by Richard Linklater, of course, and I'm excited to see this movie because he does know how to make a very natural teen comedy, and Dazed and Confused is a classic. This new one takes place in the 80s. It's very much like Dazed and Confused. It has a whole cast of very unknowns that could, in fact, be very well-knowns, so I am planning to see this movie as well. 15 is number 6 on my list, and it is the new Bryan Singer-directed film X-Men Apocalypse, starring James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse. I love Oscar Isaac. I have been toting his name last year, and the fact that he is going to be in this film, as well as he was in the new Star Wars film as Poe Dameron, he is now officially going to be one of the most beloved ever, especially because he is playing a legendary X-Men villain. The trailer looks fantastic. Bryan Singer coming back has not disappointed us with X-Men Days of Future Past, and I've also heard that he is planning to do another X-Men sequel based on Apocalypse, so if he does do that, I will definitely be excited. But X-Men Apocalypse, very excited for that film. Number 16 is Alice Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to the Tim Burton film Alice in Wonderland. Not one of the greatest movies, but I did have fun with it, and Tim Burton is still the producer for this film, so I am going to go and see this movie because they did get Mia Wasikowska and Johnny Depp back, so I am definitely looking forward to a little bit of craziness back in Wonderland. Number 17 is number 7 on my list of 10, and it is the Duncan Jones directed Warcraft. I was floored by the production value based on what I saw. It looks like the game has literally come to life. The fact that they are basing it on the original story of when I saw some of these scenes, I just couldn't contain myself. I think I may have peed a little when I saw the trailer for the very first time, and I am just very excited to see this film, and I really hope that it is successful because I would love to see Warcraft turn into a saga of films, because there is so much Warcraft lore to bring to the big screen. Number 18 is my number 8 most anticipated film, and it is the new Pixar film Finding Dory. We got Albert Brooks and Ellen DeGeneres back to play Marlin and Dory, and the trailer just looked adorable. I think that it is going to be a win. It is definitely going to be something that everyone is excited to see, and the fact that we will actually be finding Dory's parents in this film. I do know that the voices are Eugene Levy and Diane Keaton. I just cannot wait to see these two characters because no one has seen what they look like, so I am just excited to see Eugene Levy as another CGI character because I haven't seen him as one since Over the Hedge, and he was great in that movie as well. Number 19 is a movie that I did not want to see until I saw the trailer, and it is the long-awaited sequel of Independence Day. Independence Day Resurgence. I don't know why Will Smith didn't come back. I'm hoping that there will be a reason as to why in the film, but we got all the other cast members back. Very excited to go back to the theaters and watch ourselves kick some alien butt like we did all those years ago in the mid-1990s. Number 20 is The Secret Life of Pets. I don't really know what to make of this film, but the trailer was so funny. It's got a great cast, and I am still planning to get a good laugh out of it, but I don't think it's going to be the strongest animated film. It's done by the same company that did Minions and Despicable Me, so it's Illumination Entertainment. I just hope that it is at least fun. Number 21 is the third of the brand new Star Trek films, Star Trek Beyond. J.J. Abrams is not the director, but he is producing it, so I still feel that we are going to have a lot of fun in the theaters to see the new Star Trek movie. And then we've got the fifth Bourne film, which is untitled. All I do know is that Matt Damon will be back. I'm hoping that Jeremy Renner will make an appearance because I really did enjoy him in the fourth Bourne film, but I think that this is also going to be another great film. We've also got the next DC Cinematic Universe film, which is Suicide Squad. So many people are excited for it. I just think it's going to be great. The fact that Margot Robbie and Jared Leto will be playing Harley Quinn and the Joker, and we're also going to be seeing a whole bunch of other DC villains, including Captain Boomerang and Killer Croc. But I think one of the characters that I am very excited to see is Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. I love Viola Davis. How to Get Away with Murder is one of my all-time favorite TV shows, and I just think that this movie is going to be awesome. And I do know that Batman is going to be in the movie as well, because he was in the trailer, so I'm really curious to see how this story is going to be entwined in the DC Cinematic Universe. Oh, and let's not also forget the fact that Will Smith will be playing Deadshot. That is pretty cool. Number 24 is my ninth most anticipated film, and it is the new Marvel film Doctor Strange, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Tilda Swinton. This is another one of those movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man. He's not as popular as Iron Man or Captain America, but he's got a major role to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the best part is this is going to take away from the science fiction and the big explosions and bring us to the world of magic in the Marvel Universe. So I am very excited to see this film, and I really hope that it will be a very entertaining Marvel film. Then we've got the brand new Harry Potter universe film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I was not so keen on this movie until I found out that Eddie Redmayne was going to be playing the major character, and adding him to the world of Harry Potter was a stroke of genius. The teaser trailer looks great, and I think it's going to be a real fun time this holiday season. And then we've got the new Martin Scorsese film Silence, starring Liam Neeson. And it definitely seems to be something that is different because it's about two people going to feudal Japan to seek redemption and rebuild their lives. That is a very interesting concept that I never would have imagined to see from Martin Scorsese. But he has impressed and surprised us with movies like Shutter Island and Hugo. So a brand new take from Scorsese will definitely be worthwhile to see in theaters. And then we've got number 27, which is the brand new Disney classic alongside Zootopia, number 56, Moana. It is the new Disney princess story. It is the first Disney Polynesian princess, and it stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Very excited to see him in a Disney film. Okay guys, I feel really stupid right now. You obviously realize that the lighting's a little bit different and the hair is a little bit different, but that's because of the fact that I completely forgot one of these movies. So, just so you all know, I feel terrible. So that's the 28th film, and that is the brand new Star Wars movie, Star Wars Rogue One. I kind of have a little bit of a hesitance towards it, only because of the fact that this could be Disney just milking Star Wars for all it's worth. I mean, Felicity Jones is the main protagonist, and I adore her in The Theory of Everything, so seeing her on the roster of these young actors that are playing these characters in this very important chapter of the Star Wars saga between episodes 3 and 4, I am still going to be seeing it. I'm still going to be going into it as a Star Wars fan, and I am really hoping that it ends up being a good Star Wars film that will keep us all prepared and excited for Episode 8. And now back to the original video. And then we've got Assassin's Creed starring Michael Fassbender. That is where I feel that the video game films are not going to stink because they're actually getting good actors. And Michael Fassbender playing the main character in Assassin's Creed is very exciting to me, and I really do hope that it will make the fans of the video games proud. And the final film of 2016 is, of course, my number 10. It is the new Tim Burton directed film, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. The book by Ransom Riggs is a big fan favorite. Tim Burton couldn't have been the more perfect director for this film, but I think the one thing that makes me very interested is because Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, and a lot of regulars in Tim Burton's world are not in this movie, but Samuel L. Jackson is. How did he get into this movie, everybody? He's been in Quentin Tarantino films and he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I've never seen him in a Tim Burton movie. That makes it even more worthwhile, but I also do plan to read the book first, because if this is a successful Tim Burton film, I still haven't seen Big Eyes. A lot of people have said good things, but a lot have said okay things. Tim Burton really hasn't given us an amazing film since Sweeney Todd, so I hope that this is going to be a success, because I would like to see all 3 books become films. And that is it, everybody. I hope that you all have a fun time at the movies this year. Please comment in the box below and let me know about some movies that you would like to see that I may have missed, and you might want to suggest them to me. Let's have an awesome discussion. Have fun at the movies, guys. Have fun watching Up From the Underground this year, and I will see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.
I guess I'd better go.
Trojan
Yeah, why don't you just get the f*** out of here? How about that?